pod, but it's the name in the New Testament. This is also online. Hold on. George Howard, Associate Professor of Religion at the Hebrew at the University of Georgia, postulates that the latter Gentile Christians, unlike the original Jewish believers, had a different way about them. And what I'm trying to read from is what he's writing. And Howard goes on to say that these examples are sufficient to suggest that the removal of the Tetragrammaton from the New Testament and its replacement with Greek surrogates blurred the original distinction between Lord God, Lord Christ. In many passages made it impossible to tell which one was meant. This is supported by the fact that in a number of places where the Old Testament quotations are cited, there is a confusion in the manuscript tradition whether to read God or Christ in the discussion surrounding the quotation. Thus, it may be that the removal of the sacred name, get a picture of that, removal of the sacred name contributed significantly to the latter Christological and Trinitarian debates, which plagued the church of the early Christian centuries. See, the original autographs, the original Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John scribed by Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John were never found. They were Hebrew men who wrote in Hebrew and Aramaic. They were not Greek men who were writing in Greek. And in the beginning, they would not do that because it would defile their scrolls. In regards to this whole issue, Howard poses a number of questions. Among them, as Howard himself summarizes, whatever the case, the removal of the Tetragrammaton probably created a different theological climate from that which existed during the New Testament period of the first century. You never got any stuff from before about 60 A.D. and Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, they were already probably, most of them, dead by then, and all of their scrolls and stuff had been either hidden, burned, or destroyed somehow. And we might be on a timeline that may be found like the Dead Sea Scrolls, and when you find them in Hebrew, you'll find the Tetragrammaton in place of the name of the Messiah. The Jewish, and they're saying God, who had always been carefully distinguished from all others by the use of his Hebrew name, lost some of its distinctiveness with the passing of the Tetragrammaton. How much he lost may only be known by the discovery of a first century New Testament in which the name YHWH appears. So it does appear, you just don't see it that much and that often because it was being phased out, just like YHWH is being phased out by Lord, God, Jesus, Christ, all these different terms that have nothing to do with the Tetragrammaton, the original Holy Covenant name of the Creator. And let's go here real quick. But before all these, they shall lay their hands on you and persecute you. Talking about the followers of the Messiah. Delivering you up to the synagogues and the prisons, being brought before kings, rulers, for my name's sake. You see, that's for his name's sake, and you've got capitalized name. And it shall be to you for a testimony. Settle it therefore in your hearts, not to meditate before what you will answer. And I'm not doing that. I'm just letting this do it itself. Yes, y'all, if you're wondering if I've tried to orchestrate anything, I'm just going as I can go. Right. For I will give you a mouth and wisdom, which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist. And ye shall be betrayed both by parents. Is that saying? It is. It's saying parents and brethren. This is something I highlighted a long time ago. And kinfolks and friends, and some of you shall they cause to be put to death. And you shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, with name capitalized, but there shall not a hair of your head perish. In your patience possess ye your souls. And when ye shall see, and this would have originally been Jerusalem, compassed with armies, then know that the desolation thereof is nigh. Then let them which are in Judea flee to the mountains. Well, in about 70 A.D., they destroyed the temple and burned it. And, you know, Daniel talks about an abomination of desolation, and this is talking about the desolation, and this is talking about all this different stuff coming to pass about his name.
Yeah.
That's so sweet of you. Now look, you folks. Look, folks. I want to show you something just real quick, and then I'm gonna let you go. And I'm not going to take long, but just bear with me here, right here. Hold on. Our King James Bible, Matthew 12 and 9. Let's start at 9. Not right now, baby. And the disciples came and said unto him, Why speakest thou them in parables? And he answered and said unto them, Because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven. But to them it is not given. For whosoever hath, to him shall be given, and he shall have more abundance. But whosoever hath not, from him shall be taken away even that he hath. Therefore speak I to them in parables, because, and they're not talking about material wealth, people, they're talking about your spirit. This has nothing to do with material wealth. Therefore speak I to them in parables, because they seeing see not, and hearing they hear not, neither do they understand. And in them is fulfilled the prophecy. This was all prophesied by Isaiah, which saith, and this is in red, y'all. This is the Messiah talking. By hearing ye shall hear and shall not understand, and seeing ye shall see and shall not perceive. For this people's heart is waxed gross, and their ears are dull of hearing, and their eyes they have closed, lest at any time they should see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and should understand with their heart, and should be converted, and I should heal them. But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. Go. Matthew 10 and 32. For whosoever therefore shall confess me before men, I will confess also before my Father which is in heaven. But whosoever shall deny me before men, him I will also deny before my Father which is in heaven. Think not I am come to send peace on earth. I am not come to send peace, but a sword. I am come to set a man at variance against his father, the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. And a man's foes shall be they of his own household. Beginning of Matthew, here we are, 1 and 23. Behold, a virgin shall be with child, shall bring forth a son. They shall call his name Emmanuel, which being interpreted is G-O-D, they're using with us. Well, the only two Hebrew names that could literally mean that Yah is with us, Yahweh, is for that name to be Emmanuel, or for you to be able to walk up to him and say, how you doing, Yah, or Yahweh, 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 however you want to pronounce it. If his name is Yah, you now. Invictus, the sun god, it says, the Romans had a collector's attitude to religion, and every aspiring ruler was on the lookout for a new god, small g, powerful enough to help him grab and hold on to the throne. In 274, Aurelian believed that the sun god had bought him victory in Syria. He set up a state cult to Sol Invictus, the unconquered sun, announced that the birthday of the sun, a day of special festivity, was December the 25th. The sun's halo, as well as the day of his birthday, would later be barred by Christianity. So you see where the halo comes from, where the sun god comes from, where the December the 25th, the first being that winter solstice, the last day being the 1st of January, where they had a New Year's Day parade. Those were the original 12 days of Christmas. Farewell. I think that should have left off at this was the original 12 days of Christmas, but I just want to show you where I got this from. This is the Christians by Bamber Gascone. I guess that's how you pronounce it.